is up, good people? Welcome back to the video version of the Tone Mob podcast. This is a special one. This one, I have two friends of the show who have been on multiple times independently and then became friends themselves independently of anything Tone Mob related, just through the magic of the internet. Brian Fallon and Emily Wolfe, two people who are near and dear to my heart, two amazing musicians and two total gear junkies. They started touring together, they started hanging out, they have a clear friendship, and I thought, you know what? You both have been on independently, like, I don't know, 4 times or 3 times or something. Why don't you come back on together and we'll goof off? And guess what? We goofed off a lot on this episode. Yeah, we get into pedals, yeah, we talk about Telecasters, yeah, all that. But more importantly, we get real goofy for basically the entire episode. So I think you're really going to enjoy this. If you enjoy gear nerds being nerds and just nerds being nerds, then you're gonna like this one. So without further ado, let's get into this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that stuff though. Do that, and then get into the episode, or do it while you're, well, just do it. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to me not being able to talk because these people are making faces at each other through the computer. The Tone Mob podcast, a show about guitar stuff, occasionally, sometimes. With me today, I have my buds, Brian Fallon and Emily Wolfe, for a dual action podcast. And there's balloons going off on Brian's screen, and this is, I'm in another dimension right now.
No,
what a wonderful thing.
It's a good dimension. Check it out.
Yeah, I like it. It's great. What's up?
Well,
everybody?
nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
What you doing?
So I want to weave a little tale for everybody that's listening, because they may not understand what has occurred here, but I want to explain. So years ago, maybe even before the podcast started, this wonderful person named Emily won a pedal from some weirdo on the internet.
So awesome.
Named Blake. Fast forward to I don't know. I saw some random post somewhere. I was like, wow, this music is awesome. Whose music is this? Oh, it's somebody named Emily. That's cool. And then I was like, I should invite her on the podcast. And so I did, without realizing that was the same person.
It was me.
So, yeah, it was you.
Long-time listener, long-time fan.
Oh, thank you so much. And then we hung out a little bit at NAMM. I now have her guitar. It's been a wonderful thing. It's great. And then Brian, you guys have heard, Brian's been on multiple times as well. He's in a band called Gaslight, Anthem. And then these two went on tour together and appeared to be having the greatest of times. And I was like, well, I wish I was on tour with them, but I guess the next best thing is I can get them on the podcast together. And here we are. That's what we're doing today.
Hell
yeah, the internet's cool.
Yeah.
What pedal did you win?
My God.
I think I remember now. I think it was the Mojo Hand Sacred Cow.
Yes!
Mm-hmm.
Mojo H, dude. It's awesome. Oh, sorry. It was awesome.
You like Mojo Hand.
Yeah.
That's a name you don't hear that often, but you should hear more.
This was in the so Cusack Music bought them shortly after that giveaway. And so it was in the pre-period of that back in the day. Now, I think he's doing barbecue or something in Texas. I don't know what he's doing now, but
Cusack Music?
Cusack Music bought Mojo Hand in 2016, something like that. Yeah. And
that's
so
cool.
They've been making Mojo Hand since then. But this was in the Brad days. His name was Brad, and he was just getting out of it and still wanted to do a giveaway with me for some reason. I don't know.
That's
I can't
cool.
figure it all out.
He had a cool red llama clone. Really cool.
What was that one?
Mule.
The Mule.
I even like the name of it. The Mule.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of Tom Waits. The Mule. Get behind the Mule.
I just did a whole podcast about Tom Waits yesterday. That's
cool.
not for this show, for another one that's coming up. And it was, the whole episode was about Tom Waits. It was great. A lot of Tom in my life. Yeah.
So how did you guys get hooked up? Was it just like management was like, you should tour with this? Like, how did this happen?
No, it was the internet.
It's the internet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I followed you first, right?
I know, and I freaked out. Like I was in bed watching some show.
Really?
Yes, I freaked out. I was like, because I've listened to your band since I was in high school. And so like I was watching the show and I was like, okay, time to scroll. So I opened my app and was like, oh my. And then
That's so
looked
cool.
over to my wife and was like, look who followed. I think the lead guy from the Gaslight Anthem just followed me. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah. Should I follow him back? And she's like, you gotta follow him back. Okay, great.
Yeah,
You got to. Got to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think, yeah. And I found out about your music from just playing guitar and watching guitar stuff on the internet. So I would see you did a demo or a session or something like that, and then I heard one of your songs and I was like, yeah, what is this? And it sounds cool. I was like, this sounds cool. And it sounds less exciting than it was to me.
Same.
But that's the best word I can come up with at right now is this sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like that's all I don't know. That's enough for me.
So
this sounds
cool.
cool. Let's do this.
I
Followed you.
I had a similar feeling. This sounds cool, without knowing that there was either give the pedal away. It was so weird. I think I texted you like 3 years later and I was like, I didn't realize that you were the same person.
Yeah. No, I remember because I listened to Tone Mom forever, and so like today I was trying to find a link to do this pod episode, and I typed in Tone Mom, and then I saw all the interface that we had done, and one of them I was asking you, how do I fix my tone? I don't understand help, and it was like way back, like years ago, and you helped me, and so now we're here.
Now we're here.
Wow,
now I
that's
feel like you
cool.
can help me.
Yeah.
Like
That is cool.
the internet is cool.
It's
Are we gonna
cool.
say that a lot? Is that what we're gonna like title this episode? That
We
the
should
internet is
get,
cool?
you know what we should do is we should buy those Mule pedals and then play them.
Oh.
And I should play them with that Mule caster that has your name in it here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or not
you
not
can
Mule
play that.
caster, the Rezo guitar. But
Yeah.
play
I
that
don't
thing all
know
the time.
that I've never gotten one of the the pickups are tough with a resonator, getting it to get loud enough. It's like
So-
you gotta do something else.
When I record with it and I'm gonna plug it in with anything beyond a clean tone, I close the door and go outside because it just feedbacks like crazy. So I run the
okay, that
run the
makes
cable
sense.
under the door and I like go outside and play whatever I'm gonna play and then come back inside. And because it
there's-
sounds amazing, but that's a P90 and a metal guitar. It's gonna
Oh, right. It's right. It is. It's a. So this is Hold on. This all ties in together. That's Mule Resonators.
yes,
They're a company that does very nice. If they do guitars and they do resonators too, right? I
Mhm.
believe. And
Yep.
okay, so it's like a one or couple people shop.
something
like
like
not
that.
Yeah, not a lot of people.
Matt's
like-
been on a few times, maybe like 4 or 5 people.
Right. Like
Yeah.
it's a really like a small company that's done in by hand. It's cool. And I had bought a resonator like a long time ago, kind of fancying myself, like I'm going to learn the resonator. That's what I'm going to do, which is, that's all fine that's fine. But when you like actually need to do that, like it's not that easy.
No,
And you're, and and honestly, like I found that it was something that I would much rather listen to than do myself. So, that's cool, but I'm going to leave that all to like Sonny Landreth and all that, which is awesome. I love to listen to it, but I don't want to learn it. So I had this guitar and I think Blake was saying something about wanting a resonator. And I was like, I got one, you can have it.
yep.
And then I just mailed it to him. And I was like, this is a dope one. This is going to be, you're going to be so happy.
Yeah, and I about had a heart attack, as you can imagine. So, because I'd been wanting one, and I think I remember the situation a little better now. We were going to the Benson shop. You were on tour, and I was wearing a hat, the Mule hat. And
Okay.
I came and picked you up. You're like, oh yeah, you got one of those. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get one. I've always wanted one. You're like, got you, buddy. And then I just play it like a regular guitar. I can't do the whole slidey, Ariel
That's fine.
posing thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a normal guitar for me that sounds crazy, but I love it.
So cool.
I like to give stuff away.
Yeah.
You're such a nice guy.
I just like it. I get something. I get a little buzz from giving stuff away. You know what I mean? Like I love making people's day. If I had millions of dollars, I would start handing out hundreds to everybody. Be like, here you go.
Here, have it.
Tell your boss to shove it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, here's a boatload of money. Like,
I like it. I like this theory. Now I want you to get millions of dollars so that this happens.
yeah, me too. But
Yeah.
feel like I like to, I don't know, especially if I'm not using something, like it's cool. It's too cool to keep. Like that's a great resonator. Too cool to keep in the closet,
Mm-hmm.
and not everything is for everyone. So it's like, I'm not a resonator person.
You go through a lot of guitars though. You told me you only keep a few on hand at any given time, but you're a guitar nerd like everybody else. I'm just a guitar hoarder, and you'll cycle through. Have you always been that way?
Yeah, I don't really keep anything. I get rid of it if I don't like it right away. But I view them as like tools. They're there to do a job, and like if they do a job, then cool. And if they stop doing the job, later, loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's time to give it to somebody else. Like, I don't like fall in love with guitars. I think that is that.
That's not it.
Not for me. I wish I could. I always am like, dude, I wish I had a brownie or a blackie like Clapton. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
The only guitar that I've ever had for a really long time is the one that I played on the 59 sound, because like I've had it for that.
Sure. That makes sense.
That's the only guitar though. Oh.
Everything else cycled. Yeah, I've noticed because I used to be like, oh yeah, he plays like Les Paul Juniors and stuff like. Oh, now it's Telecasters.
Yeah.
Now it's Les Pauls again. Oh, now it's a 335. Now it's a Jazzmaster. Now it's back to a Telecaster again.
But I mean, the cool thing is that I can do it, which is like that's fun.
That's
So,
true.
Like, thanks for coming to my shows, everybody, because it's cool to be able to play guitars. I will tell you though, I have 4, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5, 4 guitars.
4 currently.
Well, no, I have 6 because I have one of Emily's that Emily gave me, and then I have the 59 sound one.
Okay.
Other than
got
that,
it.
4.
But 4 cycling positions, basically.
Yeah, they've been here for a minute though, and one of them's been here a really long time. So the blue Strat has been here a very long time.
Oh yeah, you've had
that
that
Paul
for a while.
Waller made me.
Yeah,
that's not going anywhere.
I do have a question for you though.
Maybe
I think-
maybe I am sentimentally attached. Maybe I am, because I really do like that one. Its name is John Blue Shante.
I like that a lot. I like that.
Because it's blue and it's a Strat and it's
It fits.
but all that wear and tear that's OG wear. That's from real life wear.
So
Not
I
cool.
love that.
Yeah, you're cool. What kind of guitars you got?
Oh my God. Well, it's funny you asked that because I have like the complete like opposite. Like I hoard everything. Like, and if I sell something, I immediately regret it because it's like, I should, even if it like wouldn't have been anything on a record or live, like I don't know. I hoard gear like nobody's biz. But everything else in my life, like I'm very like clean and organized and stuff. And I am clean and organized with my room, but I keep everything. I think I've got all Gibson stuff just because that's like what I love to play. Like, it's not even like some kind of like dumb, go buy this like ad. It's just that I truly just love like humbucker 335s. So
Mhm.
yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah. I'm a hoarder too. I've only gotten rid of 2 guitars ever in my whole life. And I regret one of them. The other one I'm actually okay with. And weirdly enough, it's the more popular guitar. It was a Rickenbacker 360. I traded it for a 1970 orange 212 vertical cab that was in pristine condition.
nice.
And the thing is, I use that 212 like constantly. I used to use it almost every day. The Rickenbacker, I'd look at it and go, man, that thing looks cool. And I'd play it and be like, it looks cool.
Man, dude.
And
Rickenbackers are hard to like tune. Like, have you ever played
They're
12
just-
string Rick?
oh,
my
geez,
God.
they're amazing, but what a pain.
It's like trying to play Tetris on the headstock or something, because like everything is just like, I love Rickenbacker. I would play it all day long, but like come tuning time, I'm like,
Somebody else do this.
Yeah.
Do you take it?
I hate this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other one was a weirdo 4-pickup Japanese, like, it's called a marquee. It's probably made in the Taisco factory or something. I don't know. I'm not big up on my Japanese guitar history, but it had microphonic pickups and I could like scream into them, and it was short scale and weird. And I traded it as like when I was pretending to be responsible back in the day. I was like, oh, I really want this 65 Melody Maker, and I can't justify, like keeping all of these. So I'm going to trade, be responsible, cycle one in like my hero, Brian, and, I regret it. Should have just ponied up the extra $250 and kept that weird guitar, as now I miss it, Sad that I can't have everything I want.
Yes. These balloons that you've got going, Brian, do you have to like,
I don't even know
are you
why.
pressing a button?
No. If I
It's-
hold up my fingers in a peace sign, they just come. And I don't know why. My daughter would know exactly why.
We're all now trying for the audio listeners.
It's not
and
working, man.
It's not working.
Dang it.
Well, just hold them still.
I don't know.
I can't figure it out. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, you know what? I think I turned my gestures off because this would happen randomly during interviews, and like sometimes people are getting serious, and all of a sudden I'd have like fireworks and stuff. Yeah, or a thumbs up. I'd like scratch my face kind of like this with the thumb, and they'd like trying to tell me about how they overcame addiction or something, and the balloons would go off.
Brutal.
Yeah, but that's what? That's just that's fine because it's life, man. That's really it's like funny, because you're like, are you telling this like really sad story? And somebody's like, yeah, here you're like, you're like, I get it. Like, I mean, that's just life telling you like,
Rock and roll, baby.
cool, man.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah. Time and place, I guess. But
Time and
I
place.
I like that you figured out how to activate the balloons, though. I would like do it randomly, and it would just kind of start
I
going
didn't
off.
figure it out. I just did it, and then like that happened.
And
I just didn't react to it. That's the only thing is I didn't react. I didn't have any reaction, so I just did it, and then it happened, and like inside my head I went, "That's pretty funny." I'm like, I was like, did anyone else see that? And then you guys started laughing, and then I just like, but I didn't react on my face because that's my favorite. That's called show mode, baby.
Yeah.
No reactions.
No reactions.
No.
I didn't hear that. Didn't see
Yeah.
it. Don't know what you mean.
Nope. The show must go on.
Freaking showtime, dudes.
Has there ever been, I mean, I know there has been, but like, what's the thing at a show that's happened that you just like really have to go into that mode where you've got to ignore it? You got to ignore the heckler or the couple that's falling over each other up in the balcony, or like, what is that like?
Who's done that to you? I'll fight them. Give me their address.
Well,
Wow.
a lot of people. I mean, I've had a notorious relationship with hecklers where I've definitely entertained them and also make fun of them back.
Yeah.
But I don't really do that anymore because I guess I realized that like the room full of people like can't hear what you're saying. So sometimes there's this like, up front there's this thing happening and like people are talking, but then no one in the back is like, they're like just got a beer and they're like, what's this about? I don't get the joke. And then like it kind of like alienates the people that can't hear. So I was just like, maybe that's done. And I kind of just was like, it's not that fun anymore for me either, because if like, I like it when people have a good time. That's hence the giving away of things. I really don't like it when people have a bad time. Like, it bums me out. I feel like I'm like, like, let me see if I can turn that frown upside down.
I always enjoy, I've seen you guys live a billion times. I don't even know how many times at this point, but I always enjoyed the onstage banter as a fan. I always thought it was a good time.
There's a line, there's like a too much, and then it's a very delicate ballet, just learning, learning. It's like a thing. You got to learn like when it's cool. And like, it's like when you're in class and you're like going to be a little silly and your teacher's like, this is going to get me into detention. And maybe on a Friday, it's cool. If you're like, maybe if you're in like Texas or somewhere where like people have had a few and you could be like, yeah, but then, you don't want to really pull that in like New York, because it's not as funny. And people are like way more just like, I could see anything tonight. I don't need to see you.
Right.
But whereas like, in other parts of the country, maybe there's not 1 billion bands touring every night.
So they're more just excited that you're there, and whatever you're gonna do, I'm here for it.
I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say there's a line, and you gotta learn how to read the room.
Yeah.
Do you deal with hecklers, Emily, or is it where people mostly chill?
People are really chill, other than a lot of the men. Mostly when I like bring out my double neck, there's always somebody that's like, free bird, and I'm like, but I try and laugh it off. Like it's just what it doesn't, whatever,
What if they were like Hotel California?
Then I would be like, oh my God, give me a kit.
Yeah, what's the Freebird thing? Is there a 12-string in Freebird?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say Freebird.
I don't think there is.
I know, and that's why it's so
not.
weird and annoying. I'm like,
Freebird might be lame now. It might be lame to yell Freebird. Like,
it is.
It's not a song anybody cares about now.
It truly is.
I'm sure that I just made people mad because of their big Leonard Skinner fans, but it's not like no kid knows that song. Like, we know that song, but we're gonna be dead soon, so it's gonna die with us. You know what I mean?
How soon? I hope not like super soon.
Well, you don't know. This is let's not get into that. I mean,
we're all gonna die soon. Balloons. Yeah,
I love it.
You gotta love it. You got to.
Yeah, I don't have hecklers really.
That's
Other
good.
than that, and then like a lot of times though, now that I think about it, there's like kind of like a nice version of heckling, like where people up close to the stage will just kind of talk to me like mid-song. And like I don't really know what to do about that. But
Oh, I don't like that.
it's really distracting.
Like, I don't like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
They're trying to talk to you mid-song?
Yeah, like one time I was doing a show and, doing like the beginning of one song, and it's kind of like just a solo little part. It's a song called White Collar Whiskey, and it's just me and my guitar. And like
I've heard it.
Oh, you know that one? Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, pretty good.
Thanks. But yeah, this lady was like, "What are your influences? What are your influences?" And I was like trying to sing, and I was like, I just started laughing because I was like, this is so bizarre. But
That's absurd.
yeah,
That's really weird.
I don't know if it's because I'm approachable or what, but whatever. I don't know.
Later, though, like not
Yeah,
now.
happy to-
I'm about to.
Happy to do it at the merch table, but yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I have a big problem with, and this is just an ongoing problem and will never ever really go away, when as an attendee, I'm like, I'm here because I want to watch this artist. That's why I'm here, right? And if I wanted to have a full-blown conversation with my wife, we would have not came here.
Yeah.
We would have stayed home or went to a restaurant or something. And people are like just right behind me because I'm short. So I hear everything just coming down. And it's just like, let's talk about what happened at the office today. I'm like, why are you here? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Why did you want to come here and yell into each other's ears for 2 hours? Is that what you wanted to do? Like, or did you want to watch the show?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the kind of yelling and screaming where everyone's like, yeah, woo, having a good time. I'm just like the very like loud conversations.
Yeah.
It bothers me a lot. I just want to be like, go home.
Yeah.
This would be easier for everyone if you weren't here. Anyway.
Handy P.
That's-
Is that a pet peeve of yours?
Concert goers, you know?
Yeah.
The worst. The worst.
I mean, except for my concert goers. They're the greatest.
They're the best. Yeah. How dare people do whatever they want when they show up somewhere? That's ridiculous. They should all do what I want them to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. So let's talk a little about rigs a little bit. So obviously we've talked about, Brian, your ever evolving constant rig. Emily, it's been a while since you've been on. Like, what is? Yeah, obviously the double neck was not a thing last time we talked. So what do we got going on here?
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so where should we begin? Like guitars, board, what?
Sure, let's go with the guitar and like the natural signal chain through
Okay,
what things
sick.
look like right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
sick. So I have to take a standard guitar, my stealth model, the black one right there.
Yep.
So that's just like standard tuning. And then I've got the white one tuned in kind of a weird tuning for like my drop C song. So the tuning is C, G, C, E, A, D. And it's like really thick strings. So like 60 gauge, like Diodario, drop C strings. And then I've updated my board, and then I got the double neck, and the double neck is like a combination of two. So like the top is just a standard 12 string tuning, and then the bottom one is the same drop C tuning. So it's like having two different guitars, which is really fun. And then my board, I used to use the dirt transmitter for everything, and then I started writing new stuff, and I kind of changed up my tone a little bit to make it, I don't know, kind of less industrial at times. Like there's
Okay.
so like now I've got the Electro-Harmonix Rick speaker pedal, which is like so sick, very similar to the dirt transmitter, but it's kind of like it better. And then there's an EQ pedal right after that. And then right before that, there's a tentacle, an Earthquaker Devices tentacle to like give the high octave when I want to have a high octave. Then the drive I'm using is the Mythos Herculean drive. Right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Out of control. I love
Good
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then I've got Flint and an Ibanez Mini analog delay that I colored black because it's just distracting to look down at a pink pedal for me.
Colored it black?
Yeah,
With what?
a Sharpie.
Let me see it. Well, later.
Okay,
I didn't know you did that. You always are designing your own pedals. So you're always like drawing on them.
I know. I like to deface
cool.
them. I don't know why. Yeah,
No, I like it. I like it because some pedals are ugly.
yeah. Some pedals are really just heinous, you know.
Really, though.
Yeah.
It's not.
And to be honest, the ugly ones like are distracting. Like, you know.
I don't like ugly pedals on the board.
Yeah, it
either.
don't look bad. It looks bad. Well, yeah, that's kind
You
of
know what? I've taken off a couple pedals just because they're ugly.
It's more important than people want to give credit for.
You listen, you know, there a lot of the. I hate to tell you how many times that's been the reason that I've gotten rid of things. Is because it does not take much for me to feel insecure. So I will put on a guitar and I'll go into the bathroom like everyone does, I go to the bathroom with my new guitar and I put on my outfit and I check out where do I put the guitar, where does it feel comfortable, but mostly where does it look comfortable, even if it feels terrible.
Yeah.
I will force myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Okay. So then, but if one little hair is out of place and that guitar's on, so
Get out of here.
well, only if you get the ick. Like, when you're going out with somebody and you go on a date or whatever, and they're so beautiful. And then all of a sudden they do something and you get the ick and you go, nah, nope. And there's no coming back from that. There's nothing, you can't do anything. There's no medicine. There's no one in any religion or village that's going to help you. It's gone.
Yeah.
God can't help you here. It's the ick.
Is that what you
I will
say
say,
to
though,
the pedals?
Yeah, he's like, see you later.
And
You're
the
outta here.
guitars,
Yeah.
anything. You get the ick. Ah, God.
I feel like I'm a guy though that I get the ick before it gets home. Like it's like I'm not gonna take it to my house if I don't really like it. It's not coming into the shed. If it comes into the shed, I like it pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not always the case. I've gotten rid of a couple things. I've gotten rid of like 10 pedals in my life, but it was mostly because I had like a cooler color of the same pedal, which is like indicative of something wrong with me, I think.
I
That's gotta be
100% did that with
yeah.
one of Emily's pedals. I gave
Which
I
one?
gave Rachel from Live Speak Loud, or I gave Rachel my Analog Man chorus, the double chorus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now I love the double chorus. It's one of the best sounding choruses on the planet. But why is it not on my board right now and instead in Rachel's arms? I'll tell you why. You ask. Because Analog Man also makes the one chorus where it's not the double. It's just called the.
Oh,
I had to look at it.
The
It's called the
micro
mini
chord?
chorus.
Yeah.
But the blue on the paint and the like sort of yellowy cream writing of the new model, I like it better. Sure.
Yep.
So I call Emily and I go, "Are you still using that chorus? Because if you are, give it back." And Emily and I have a lot of each other's pedals.
Yeah. I'm a lot
This
of
makes sense.
pedals.
Yeah. We just send each other stuff. It's cool.
It's really
I love that.
awesome. It's like a pedal pen pal. Pedal pal.
Yeah. Pedal pass. But I got it on my board right now though. The mini chorus. It's right there.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. Brian gave me a King of Tone that it's like,
Ah.
Oh yeah.
what? It's tight.
No, I did. Well, because I like to give away stuff. But those are, there's people on like 400-year wait lists for those things. They're probably going to be dead before their pedals finish.
Well-
it's super weird. I got on that list in like 2015. I know I did. And then I cleared out, like, I don't do this anymore for this reason. I was like, man, my inbox is just full. I don't have anything in here I need. Deleted that. And they, I love Mike, but his system is a little old, and so he didn't have record of it either, and so I had no proof other than my memory of it, which is not proof.
Oh, man.
And so yeah, I never got back on the waiting list because I was so disappointed in myself. So
No way.
yeah, in myself. It's not anyone else's fault but mine. But yeah, I should probably just bite the bullet and get on it, and then by the time I'm 55, I might have one.
How long was it? Well, I mean, there's like, you could get it. There's 100 of them on Reverb.
Yeah, but you know how I am. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I bought my, okay, like, truth be told, the one that I gave to Emily, I bought that one on Reverb for way too much money.
You've told this story like every time it came on. You're willing to do it.
Yeah, but I also have two of them that I bought for Mike that, so.
Maybe that's the thing. I feel like I need to give I need to support Mike first. Of course, I have some of his other
Yeah.
stuff, so that's kind of dumb. I'm not making any sense. It's fair.
No, it makes sense to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I have 3 of a lot of the same of his pedals just cause
They're great.
different.
Yeah.
And they're different. Than one of them has a clock on it, one of them doesn't.
I
don't know.
was just thinking when you mentioned that chorus, I forgot how good that chorus is. I haven't played
Great
mine in
chorus.
a while.
There's I have like a vintage CE1 that's it's right on the shelf. I'm never going to get rid of it, but I looked for a really long time to like see what could take that thing off of my board because it's too old, and I was flying with it. And so it took 2 things, like for the vibrato setting, the faster setting, because I have to be able to do it quickly on stage because I'm like doing a lot of things. But the Analog Man mini chorus for the slower setting, like the chorus setting, and I use the Brigade, the Universal Audio for the faster set. That thing smokes it. It's like, I know they're polar opposite ends of the spectrum, but like both of those pedals, there's no way you're telling the difference between like the one. And I had all of them, like all of the CE1 clones.
I'm a big fan of Universal Audio in general. I like them a lot. They make
great.
It sounds good. I have like every plugin they make that's not specifically for their hardware stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I could not believe how good that thing sounded. And like $169 at Russo's, you know what I mean? Like that's a great price for a Deese pedal. It's so cool. And I was like, sounds just like it. People will go, it's digital, it doesn't sound like it. I'm like, you can't hear that when the drummer starts.
You don't know.
Shut up. Yeah.
It's true.
Nerd.
Scram.
I realized we got sidetracked on pedal colors and ugliness and lack thereof, but we didn't get to amps.
Oh, amps.
Well, what do we got? Amps. Yeah.
Listen,
Very important.
Brian's going to give me a lot of guff about this because
No,
he has
I
in the
won't.
past. Okay, so I use a Fender Deville. Just going to let your listeners groan for a little bit.
What's wrong with that?
I get people every time I say that to somebody, they're like, "Ugh, what?" And I'm like, "What?" Like I got it because 1, it came with a road case, so it's got wheels. 2, it's a 4x10 open back. I love it, and I get my tone from my pedals. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of honestly like in the market for a new amp, but I do really love. I've got a Vibrachamp. Little Vibrachamp that I love. Like on my last record, it was the only amp I used. So,
Oh, wow.
I know. Incredible. But yeah, that's it. I like
It's cool.
It is cool.
I know, it is.
It's sick.
Vibrachamp is great.
It's classic for a reason. I mean, it sounds awesome. Gotta love the Vibrachamp. What, Brian? What were you telling me? You just like gutted an amp again. I know you've done this a billion times, but like recently.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for Joe Fender or whoever owns Fender now to call me up and be like, "Hey, we're gonna do a limited thing of your modded amps."
You know who owns Fender? You want to know? A Hawaiian car dealership.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Servco Pacific is who owns Fender. They're a Hawaiian car dealership.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of funny. Like I don't know how they ended up with it, but I know that they're like the majority stakeholder of it. It's crazy.
Well, Surf Hawaii car dealership, can you call me up and I got some things for you.
They'll get you a great deal on a new Camry, you know?
I did a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of cool friends now in the amp kind of world where they're like, I've always been doing this and I think people know that I like to tinker, but I like, like how did the guys like, Ken Fisher and Dumble, how did they like get to where they are? By goofing around, by checking out stuff, like doing stuff. So like, that's what my theory's always been like, whatever, I'm going to just go in here and look at this. Cause I learned about it, but, my latest creation is this Victoria Double Deluxe.
That's right. It was a Victoria.
Oh, rad.
Can we see it?
But yeah, you can see it. Sure, it's right here. And funny enough, it's
Oh,
got
look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah. And it's got all the universal audio version of the same thing and the origin effect of the same thing sitting right on top of it. Like I'm like Tweed Deluxe. Well, because I've always been, the one thing is constant is I got the Tweed amps from way back, like before the 59 sound. Like I was playing the Bassman and the Billy Penn amps, and I still have them, and like I still use that Bandmaster all the time. And this is just a deluxe ×2, so it's just 4 6v6s instead of 2, 5 AR, 4 rectifier, and 2 12-inch speakers, which thanks to Tungsten Amps, who helped me get they make a special version with Weber speakers, who I've been using probably as long as the Tweed amps. They make their own tungsten version of a Jensen, kind of like an old Jensen.
Cool. Yeah.
And it is awesome. Like, I don't know if it's aged or what it is, but it's a Weber speaker, and you can get them with the tungsten amps. So who make the Cream of Wheat and all that, and the Cortez is super cool amps, like Tweed style.
Yeah. You don't hear about people like Victoria's, this term's kind of weird, but like more like boutique-y brand. You don't hear a lot of people like modifying boutique amps, but like you're not afraid to get in there.
No, and there's things I like about every amp that's out there, and except there's things I don't like, and the thing, I'm just really tweaking it for my own use. So like I would definitely, like I don't think I would have like a standard mod to do to an amp. I would say like I would have to hear the person play or watch them on on YouTube or whatever, like, and see them actually play live. And then I could be like, all right, well, here's where I think their tone could use a little shaping up. And that's what I would do to the amp, but I wouldn't do like like here's the like gain bad.
Yeah, I
like,
always
whatever.
cut out this cap every time because that's what I do.
Well,
Like, it's
because
not
some
like
people,
that.
it's not like, I would much rather put on a switch, like have like a couple options, rather than just cut, like the Marshall thing, like cutting off the bright cap, I think is a huge mistake. There's a great video, like Headstrong Amps, I think. It's an Australian guy. I hope he's not from New Zealand, but he's from somewhere around there with that kind of accent that sounds cool. He's from somewhere over there, and he does a lot of Marshall stuff, like super, super cool, like the Jose mods and all the not train wreck, but they're like really, Marshall, and that he's got good videos on like the bright cap and stuff.
Cool. Interesting. Yeah. I've never been in, I think so. I think it's cool.
Nerd stuff.
I've never been inside, like I've realized like I'm not a big modder, which is kind of weird. Like I grab gear and I'm like, I like it or I don't like it, and if I don't like it, I'm not gonna change it to make it what I want, unless I've like had it for a long time and my taste has changed or something. Then maybe I would modify something a little bit. But a lot of people I know, like I have a good friend in the UK, Richard Oliver. I do another podcast with him. I do a lot of podcasting. I do a lot of blabbering on the internet. And he, he's just got one of those paranormal offset tellies. So it's a Jazzmaster loaded out like a telly, basically. And, it's a 250-pound guitar, not weight, but in British pounds. And, he did like 300 pounds of mods on it to make it what he wanted. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's not the way I'm wired for whatever reason. I'm just like, nah, that if I don't like it, that guitar is going to stay at the store and I'll wait for one to show up. And like, I thought I would like, there's a preconceived notion, Emily, so I apologize, but I was like, maybe I'll change the pickups in the Sheridan before it showed up. I was just already like, it's an Epiphone. Maybe I'll change the pickups in it. And I got it and I was like, nope, leaving it just like that. I like it how it is. It just rocks out of the box. So that's the last inclination I had to mod anything, and I didn't even do it. It's like, nope, don't need to. It's good.
That's so exciting. No, I feel you. like people always ask me if I change the pickups, and I don't normally, but like it's interesting because like I'm starting to write new stuff, and like I'm really kind of getting obsessed with like the White Falcon sound. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm like, should I put some of those Filtertrons in this? And so I'm thinking about doing that. But up until now, like, yeah, I don't know. I just like I prefer darker pickups. Like, you know.
Yeah, I do. Have you ever tried the Powertrons by TV Jones?
No.
Oh, they're like my favorite Filtertron style pickup. They got that sound, but they got more meat on the bones with it, and it's not as like high output as that makes it sound like Powertron. It's probably just like crazy. No, it's just got a little bit more meat on the bone. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
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 Freaking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple there. Filtertron. That's cool. I don't know anything about those. I know about the. I know people like them.
Yeah.
Doesn't Ian have like 14 of them or something?
I don't know. I never asked him.
Yeah, he does that White Falcon.
He's got the White Falcon. He's been playing that one forever. He's like he changes stuff all the time, like internally. I think mine is more noticeable, so I get like hammered with like the questions of like, you change this and this and this, and then, like, Ian's like being a freak back here, changing everything, mixing and matching, and not nobody says nothing
because it all looks the same, right?
Because he does it, because he does it on the slide. Whereas like I almost think like every time you write a record, it's like you got to reestablish what you're doing, unless you have something that's like so signature that but I can't even think of anybody who has it. Like, if people are like, oh, Keith Richards, I'm like, I don't know, man. Keith Richards' sound's changed a lot over the years. But, like having like a signature thing, it's like, I don't know if that's in the cards for me. I wish it was. Alas, like I said, Dr. Tim Fender, you want to build these amps, I got to listen. Joey Victoria, or whoever's with Mark at Victoria, you want a couple 50 amps, I'll get in there.
Get in there, sir.
He's not. I don't think he would like that. I think he'd be pissed off if I was like, but I'm not doing this for other people, and it's not for sale. I did it for me because
you can't help it.
Something else.
You can't help yourself. That's why.
No, I can help myself.
I
clearly I'm not like some like seething maniac that's like behind this. I feel like Blake is like trying to. You really like got a narrative here, don't you? That you're trying to push.
I'm just trying to feel less lonely. Is all.
Oh, or if you just don't have to say anything, you could just be you, and that's.
I can't not say something. That's my job, is to say things.
Not everything. I have tons of topics not to. But so I think that like, when you're doing these things, like, you're just doing them for you. And then like, like I don't think anybody wants to know what my opinion of Victoria is. I think, well, you know what? I liked it enough to buy it. So there you go. I didn't get it for free. I bought it.
There you go.
With money from America.
from America. Yeah. I do want to ask you something, Brian, because like the first time we ever met was on the tour bus outside the House of Blues, in which case I had to break into the parking garage to get my car out. I don't know if you know that, but I did.
I don't know that.
Oh my God.
It was like 3 a.m. They closed the parking garage. I had to break in to get my rental car so I didn't miss my flight. But it was a good night. But one of the things we talked about was wide range humbuckers, or humbuckers in general, in the neck of a Telecaster. And you told me never.
You're gonna regret this. Watch what's about to happen.
You told me never.
Future you is gonna be so annoyed that you brought this up. Because watch.
I'm ready. Okay.
Go ahead. So you got to.
And then I noticed that you show up. You told me blasphemy never would happen. It's terrible. And then next thing I see, you got this beautiful Telecaster.
Yeah.
With a humbucker in the neck. Now you're about to tell me that it's actually a single coil, aren't you?
And well, I'll come show you what. So I had this beautiful thing. All right. So Fender and I were talking about guitars, and I was like, I loved that. My first love of a guitar was this this Telecaster that I had that was like a black Telecaster custom, and I had one that was like a 52 62 reissue or something like that, with the regular single coil.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another one that was actually like a Nash, but it had a humbucker in the neck, and I didn't. That's whatever it came with that. And around that time, I was playing these guitars a lot, and I really, really loved this guitar. And I don't know, for some reason, whatever, probably a lot of the like gear spinning out was also that like we didn't have any money. So like I would sell stuff because I had to sometimes, which wasn't always fun. But the black one, the black Telly, I just always, I don't know, like I always thought of like the good days with the band, like just, out on the road, like, never coming home thing. Like that guitar reminded me of that. So good friends over at Fender, and Mike Schultz helped me get they made one for me, like the old one, and it had the humbucker in it. And I got the humbucker home, and I was like, this is the greatest guitar ever. It's such a good guitar. I love this guitar. What's with this humbucker though? This thing sounds like it's so dark. It's that doesn't do any of the Telly things. Any of the cool Telly things, it's like, it's like the cool stuff that you want. None of it. Not one thing of it. And then I tried turning it around backwards, Keith Richards style. Nah, still sounded like, ooh. And I tried a bunch of different humbuckers, left and right, this guy. Jump. Do you know what I did?
What'd you do?
Well, hold on. I'll show you.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
My body is ready. Here we go.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. You're going to regret this. You ruined the day. Wait. You ruined the day.
I'll never be able to. I'll never be able to sleep again.
Look at that,
there it is.
Yeah.
Guitar. Same guitar. Look at that. Fender.
Man, that is a gorgeous guitar.
Telecaster.
What? You know what? I don't rue the day. I
could show you that it's the same guitar because I got Josh's righteous. It's upset. Righteousness applied from
nice.
Righteous Sound pickups.
Yes.
You turned me on to our buddy Josh's pickups.
So good.
Let me get the pick guard with the humbucker.
Joe,
all right.
what?
He's really got to prove this. He thinks I don't believe him. I believe him.
Hey?
There it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Yeah, dude,
Now,
that single looks so
again.
much better.
Well, look cool.
Yeah.
Not sounds good. Now we're good.
Yeah.
And then it matches the other ones, like then it's like, okay, like we're the same now. We're the same. Okay.
Consistency.
And then that way, yeah, because at least it's great. So yeah. So this is more reason for Joe Fender to let me have Kevin Fender.
Charles Fender. Yeah. Chuck Fender.
Robert Fender here. So like to get, yeah. So yes, I tried to look on the dark side about the humbucker thing, and it just, I wanted to really like it, but I hate it. I don't know why.
You
humbucker
know what?
Sounds great in the Les Paul.
I just am like, you said I would rue the day. I don't rue the day because I'm just happy that you're consistent. Look at that.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Look at this.
Me too.
Yeah, that's sick.
That guitar is so beautiful. A double bound Telecaster just
it's all in the baby.
Yeah. There's something
like
so classy about it.
Sharon.
Look at that. So good.
It's got the rosewood, man. Rosewood.
Yeah.
Board.
I do like a maple neck though too.
You do?
I like all the necks. Oh yeah. I got, you know what? My Strats, one has got a maple neck. The other's got a rosewood board.
Look at you go.
My Telly, one
Two.
got a whatever maple. The other one's got the rosewood. See, right here.
Well,
Look at me.
Well, and look at me, you being consistent over here. I've been inconsistent because I've never been a Strat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on, since we're showing and telling.
Yeah, show tell. I love a Strat.
I got this Strat
Okay.
last year. Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
That's cool.
I do like
so
that.
this is
What's on black?
Yeah.
this is. I always said if I get a Strat, I want it to be the black on black or white on white with the big 70s headstock. It's the thing I like, with a rosewood board. What I didn't know is that Squier in the 80s did an MIJ version, and a local shop, so made in Japanese Squier, for like, I got this thing for like $450. It's a screamer. It's awesome. It's so good. I'm becoming a Strat, and I never thought it would happen ever.
I have I'm not going to say any names, but my contact photo of someone is them playing a Strat.
Is it me?
No. No.
Your Strat?
Yeah. It's mine.
That's so funny that it's my that's for your contact for me. Mine is you in a cowboy hat.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's you in a green room, like, see, look, you're on my favorites. Can you see? You're on my favorites. Look, it's this pic.
No.
Yeah. Here, everybody can look at my text. I just don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, whatever.
Who cares? It's fine.
Look at all my texts.
Yeah.
Nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But,
it's all there anyway.
Yeah, man. You know what? I respect a Strat lover. But you know what? I hate him. I hate him a lot.
I did for years. I hated it too. I hated it. I was a Les Paul guy. I mean,
some people are
happened.
great. Like when Brian plays a Strat, looks awesome. When I don't know, John Mayer plays a Strat, looks awesome, sounds awesome. It's great. However, when I put one on, I feel like I'm in a different bodysuit. Like I just can't connect. Yeah.
Well, especially going from a 335 style or a double neck.
Yeah.
That's as wide as I am tall, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different feel for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just me.
But I'm on the Strat train now. I've been playing it more than I ever thought I would. I'm a changed man, and I don't know. I'm sure Brian had something to do with it. At least
I did not.
A little bit. I
like a Strat. I do. It's nice.
That's what I'm saying. I just had enough influences trickling into my brain. You need to get a Strat, get a Strat, get a Strat, get a Strat. And eventually I got a Strat.
Yeah.
I like the
and they're
color.
nice when you mix them.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you mean?
Buggies. Like when you mix, like if you one person's playing a Strat, and the other person's playing humbuckers.
Great. I love
Never
that.
know what could happen.
Danger. It's dangerous.
Winning combo nosh.
Mm-hmm. Well, folks, we are getting close to the hour mark of the podcast, and I want to get over to Patreon so I can ask some really weird questions. I've already asked you guys about pizza. I've already asked you guys about boss pedals. Is there anything you want to leave the people with before we slide over to the mystical lands of Patreon?
Yeah.
You've given them enough. They don't need any more. Emily?
Just keep with the sick vibes, dudes. Just freaking
keep on trucking.
Keep busy. Just keep busy, honeys. That's it.
I'll leave a line out for you.
I feel like there's something going on here that I gotta find out more about. But I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Well,
it's just Emily as an old lady.
Yes, yeah. I don't even know what to start, but like a lot of like women from the South have this thing, like when you ask them like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like the like stock answer is like, "Just keep it busy," and so. Now me and Brian say keep them busy, like shoot.
Oh boy. I feel like that's gonna trickle into my lexicon now, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Just keep them busy.
Yeah.
Is that pretty good? Was that pretty do I need to add like a little more more drawl?
That was perfect. Like
okay.
Yeah. Make a shirt. It says keep them busy.
just keeping busy.
And and if you can put like
B-I-Z-Z-Y.
a little vibrato in there, like you're like unsure and like kind of upset about it, like you know, pretty sick.
Yeah, like a shaky old lady.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, creeping busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All
what
right.
I'm talking about. And then if you want, you could just go full on like really, really, whatever. Anyway,
That's like you can't hear very good, and you're in a grocery store on your like brick cell phone.
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
That's why this question and this segment ends up in the free section. This is not nobody on Patreon is gonna be. They'll be like, "Come on, man, you can't. What are you doing?
Oh no, it gets more ridiculous if anything.
Just yelling, keeping busy for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I paid for this month. Could have got a hot dog.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
another thought for you.
I'm ready.
Why don't kids have New York accents anymore? From New York.
You know, I've been actually wondering that. When I go to New York, I don't hear it. Where'd it go?
Go.
It's like if you're under 35, you don't have one.
That's a
Is it because
bummer.
no one's from New York anymore? Everyone's like
Wow.
comes to New York. That's what's happened in Nashville. Everyone comes to Nashville and Portland too. Everyone comes there. No one's from here anymore. It's weird. I don't know.
Wow.
And those are the kind of mysteries we're going to leave you with, folks.
Man saw.
Keep it
That's like a
busy.
shower. That's a shower man thought. You know, you're really deep in there. Why don't
Hey,
people
it's
sound
a
a New
good
York
question, though.
accent anymore? What happened? No one's told me that they're walking here in a long time.
How much cocaine did Stevie Nicks do?
No one will ever know. Not even Stevie.
True.
Yeah.
That's just shower thoughts. It wasn't a real question.
No, I'm just throwing it out there. That's a shower answer, you know? All right, folks, we're going to slide over to Patreon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really enjoyed your presence. This went exactly as I expected it to.
Sick.
So,
Thanks
you
for
know,
having
this
us.
is beautiful.
Oh my god, so much fun.
Well, we could do it in person one of these times. That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
That's the way.
I would love
that'd be
that.
fun.
We can go to lunch.
Love it.
Yeah, we don't even have to record it. We can just eat and
I
talk
love
about
food.
keeping busy.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, everybody. For
Beautiful.
Brian and Emily, this is Blake. And as always, folks, good luck and good tones.
All right, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And if you need more, boy, our Patreon conversation got even weirder, if you can believe that. We talk horror movies, we get into all kinds of crazy stuff. You're gonna want to check that out. For $5 a month, you can get access to those. They'll stream right to your ears every single week. Bonus episodes, ad-free episodes, and my eternal gratitude. If you go over there, it's only $5 a month, and it really does help out a lot. Make sure you check out Emily's music, make sure you check out Brian and the Gaslight Anthem and all that stuff. Please support the show in any way you can by sharing this. Again, liking, commenting, subscribing. And don't forget that this was an audio podcast first. There is like a decade's worth of audio-only episodes on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get those. So check that out as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you on the internet very soon. Bye-bye!